This prisoner secretly climbed onto a moving minecart, trying to escape. Suddenly, he found that the fast-moving minecart got stuck because of a wooden stick hiding in the cart. He immediately panicked. He slowly stretched his head out from the cart and saw a Soviet guard standing in front of him, holding a gun.
Выходи!
In the end, he was thrown into the dungeon for attempting to escape. The Soviet officer warned him, saying, "Under my management, no one has ever successfully escaped, and you're the only POW who's tried to escape in the last few years. I won't kill you, but I hope you don't have any more unrealistic ideas." With that, he pulled Jack out of the dungeon. Just as Jack returned to the barracks, he found that all the prisoners were holding various tools, their faces grim, waiting for him because of his attempt to escape. All of the prisoners in the barracks were punished with 3 days without food. They angrily took out their frustrations on Jack. Just after narrowly escaping from the dungeon and feeling weak, Jack was eventually beaten to a pulp by his fellow prisoners. Fortunately, it was all just external injuries, and Jack was not in any life-threatening danger. However, Jack, because of this beating, unexpectedly found himself making an acquaintance with the camp's doctor. The strong and resilient Jack, after being beaten by his comrades, finally shed tears of sorrow. He cried and asked the doctor, "I just want to go home. Is that wrong?" Hearing his words, the doctor, also a prisoner, fell silent, unsure how to respond. The doctor was also a prisoner, once a military doctor. He had become an assistant to the Soviet female military doctor in the camp. When no one was around, he secretly told Jack, "Every day, the lead ore extracted here. Prolonged exposure to it will lead to lead poisoning. This means that no prisoner in this camp will survive until their sentence is over." The doctor encouraged Jack, saying, "If you want to escape, you'd better do it sooner, because the longer you stay, once you're poisoned by lead, escaping will be meaningless." The doctor's words strengthened Jack's resolve to escape. The kind-hearted doctor also agreed to help Jack escape. He took out a hand-drawn map and nervously explained the escape route to Jack. But just then, they suddenly heard a noise outside the door. Jack panicked and quickly hid. The doctor took a deep breath to steady himself, then opened the door to find the Soviet officer standing outside, drunk as a skunk. Luckily, the Soviet officer was just wandering around and did not notice anything unusual. After sending the officer away, the doctor immediately took off his sweater and gave it to Jack, along with his boots and other clothing. He told Jack that near the small hill to the west of the camp, by the railway, there were some supplies for escaping. These were originally prepared for himself, but recently, he found that he had already been poisoned by lead, and escaping would be pointless. So he gave everything he had carefully prepared to Jack. He placed all his hope for freedom onto Jack. Finally, he took out a handgun and a few bullets, handing them to Jack. Then, he took out a small iron box with the address of his hometown engraved on it. He hoped that Jack, once he escaped, would deliver the box to his wife. On that snowy, windy, and bitterly cold night, Jack set off on his escape journey once again.